Hello everyone, this is HOBT0R. We're playing Spelunky. This recording is from a few days ago. I am doing the voiceover a few days later. As always, our goal here is to beat Yama and or get a score of over 600,000. If we can accomplish either of those, I call it a win. The first few boards are, the strategy basically doesn't change no matter what sort of run I'm doing unless it's a speed run, and that is collect all the gold that I can and get as many items. Pretty obvious strategy, but good thing to keep in mind as you're watching this, that is what I'm trying to do. So the first few boards tend to be pretty easy and not terribly eventful. Although here I do come up with a new strategy, although I'm sure plenty of people have come up with it before. I want to get that gem that's by the arrow trap, but I don't want to use any resources to get it. So I lure a bat up the ladder. I don't know. At the time I thought I was being pretty clever. And there may have been a safe way to set up that explosive block, and there may have been something of value there, but it wasn't worth it to me to try. Same with the explosive block down by the exit. Okay, and we see everything's that is of value has been taken, and we're on to the next board. We see an altar right away, which is exciting. It's a good sign when you get an altar on the start. And I always throw the pots that are near the altars right on the altars. There's a chance that you'll get a scorpion, and scorpions can be sacrificed. When they come out of the pot, they're stunned, so they'll be sacrificed immediately. And I remember that there's a skull there. Go back to get it to set off the arrow trap. Sometimes I might try to do a whip to disable the arrow trap, but in that scenario it is not possible to. So I hear the pug, and I'm looking for him. And now I'm just disabling the threads. Pug's not there. Pug is down there. I see. So, I purchased the Matic so that I don't have to use a rope to take him back up to this midpoint in the level. I'm going to create a little staircase. Okay, so I will have to use a rope here. And I'm of course taking him back to the altar. And I'll use a rope here. Now, that first rope that I used at the beginning of the level, I would not have had to use if I had known about the Matic. But see, that's okay at this point. We don't really need that much rope in the game, and rope you tend to find more. Crates have about a 33% chance of containing 3 rope, and about a 33% chance of containing 3 bombs. So, I suspect will be fine. Although I do need 1 rope for the black market, and as a result, when I'm down to 1 rope, I don't like to use it until after the black market. So I'm gonna be cautious with rope. I figure out a way to get around the arrow traps. I see a crate, I want the crate. I'm looking to see if there's a way to do it without using the mattock, and there is not. And we have more ropes, okay. So, don't have to be worried about the ropes. Ooh, and plenty of bombs. So now I want as much gold as we can get, because I'm going to want to purchase all of them. Some people would kill the shopkeeper and deal with the pissed off shopkeeper now, but I don't like doing that. I like to wait to piss off the shopkeeper until the black market. Okay, so now was a little worried about that bat. I did not have time to actually look down to see how many squares we had, but it worked out okay. And I don't need to buy the sticky jar for making sticky bombs because I already had it from Spider. Drop that just for fun. And I don't have the spiked shoes, so I don't really want to deal with the scorpion if I don't have to. And there I throw an arrow at the scorpion, and there's also a snake there. I did not realize this, but you can apparently get both with 1 arrow. Altar, so now I have the Kapala, so I basically don't have to worry about health at this point, or at least rescuing the pug. There will always be more health. And now I am gonna drop on this scorpion to collect his blood, and I don't collect much of it, unfortunately. And we saw the key, so what I'm doing is dropping the mattock, and then I'm gonna go back for the key. And, you know, there's also a compass in the wall. I already have the compass. Not a big deal. The key is pretty versatile as a thrown object, which makes bringing the key to the Tunnel Man not that arduous of a task, but it's still not... You don't get anything for it, really, other than a shortcut to the temple, and I never use the shortcuts. The only times I've used them are when I'm trying to practice the speed run strategy for defeating Olmec. But other than that, I don't use the shortcuts. And even then, trying to get to Olmec starting at the temple is hard without items that you get. It's almost, I would say, easier to get to Olmec. When I screw up using the rope there, I needed to go down a little bit. It's almost easier to, or quicker I would say, to get to Olmec the normal way than using the shortcuts, but that's just my mileage. I have plenty of bombs here, so I'm using them a little liberally, because if you have bombs, it's better to be safe than to do something foolish. And I take some damage here, but It's so nice having the Kapala. Like, I lose 2 health, but I gain 2 health in that exchange. And there I used the rope correctly, although now I'm down to 2 rope. And here I figure might as well sacrifice these guys. And I grab the torch, not the caveman. And then I drop the caveman in his bikes and say screw it. I could sacrifice the pug. I don't. I decide to take the free health now. So, my altar score I believe is 17 at the moment, and I would need to get another 15 to get any additional health. The pug would only give me 8 alive, so it'd bring me up to 25. Not worth it by my calculations, just because I can get more health pretty easily at this point. And waiting doesn't seem that important. Or setting up the altar doesn't seem that important, I should say. So now we're looking for the entrance to the black market. It wasn't on the first level. And that was kind of a tricky exchange that I didn't handle that well. But it was okay. We got through it. Now this is probably the longest vine I've ever seen. This vine basically goes all the way down. Not that I'm complaining, it was nice. Collecting more blood. It's nice to have over 5 health. The tiki traps, I believe, do 5 damage. It's 4 or 5, but having more than 5 means you'll definitely survive. And the entrance to the black market was not on that level, so it has to be on this level. And we find the entrance right away, and I'm here trying to figure out the best way to bomb it. I decide going sort of diagonally down from there is the best angle to take it from. And we will get it with one more bomb. There we go. We see a piranha. I am really bad with dealing with the piranhas. I was hoping that the boomerang would get it when he falls, but no, I decide to go at him with a whip. And usually I'm really bad at those exchanges. Here I was feeling like, well, I have 7 health, I'll be fine. Might as well get the practice. And I whip the pug to get to 8, and then by putting him through the exit, I'll be at 9 for the start of the black market. And